Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on Volume 1 of Isola by Brendan Fletcher and Carl Kerschel. Okay, so this is the first 5 volumes of this Isola series. It is an Image comic series. I believe these guys had fame from Gotham City, I want to say, is what they've had fame for. This is a teen series, and it's been nominated for 3 Eisner Awards in 2019. It's a series, the way that I found it is actually because my boyfriend picks up comics every week, and he saw this one, and it definitely looked like something I would like, so I started reading it based off of that. I know very little about it, and to be honest, I don't actually like going into most series knowing much about it. I tend to go in with a much more open mind when I know nothing about it. Like, I don't want to get anyone's influence. If it's something that I've heard from someone that I really like and they are recommending it, that might be looked at a little bit different, because then there's some kind of eagerness, I suppose. With this one, it was just a kind of trial by cover, so to speak. I saw the cover, I thought it was beautiful, and literally based off of that alone. Also, I tend to really like Image comics. You can kind of see behind me, I've got a pretty decent stack. But yeah, so that's kind of how I found out about it. I didn't know it was a teen series at the time. I believe it is also actually queer literature as well, which I also didn't know until after, when I was doing research on it. So based on knowing nothing going in, I gave it 3 stars, because I think at the end of the 5 volumes, I still know very little about it going out. And I like to kind of have a better grasp. It is not a dialogue-heavy comic. There's actually very little dialogue. I thought that they used a lot of imagery and a lot of the images and a lot of color to sort of add to story elements and kind of progress the story, which I thought was, I like when they do that in comics. It's a medium that you have the ability to do that, and I think it's really cool when they do. There's some outstandingly beautiful world work. I don't want to show you that one, I don't want to ruin it, but there's some really cool things, for example, where they have, there is this spirit world, and I truly, I can't even tell you enough of what it's about necessarily. It is basically where the queen of this place, it's about a queen and her king's guard, so to speak, or queen's guard, and the queen ends up getting enchanted by the spell, and she turns into a tiger, and the captain of the guard is trying to help her or take her to Isola, where she, in theory, will be cured. That is the general basis of the story. There's a lot of unanswered questions so far, and I think it is too soon to tell where any of those things are going to go, but it's essentially their journey to find Isola. And there's a spirit element about it, and one of my favorite parts about it is there's a lot of blues and there's a lot of deep colors in everything, but one of the coolest things is where they go from normal into the spirit world. It turns into this like purple, pink, like super bright kind of spirit world, and I like how they had these sort of inversion of color in it. It was a really dynamic thing to read, and I really liked that. So I will more than likely read, I believe I actually have the rest of the series already, so I'm going to finish it off and see if my feelings change and my rating gets actually a little bit higher with this one. Obviously it's won several awards, so I am expecting it to get a little bit better than I think where it is. But it is also a teen series, and I truly don't necessarily pick up a lot of teen series, so maybe that's my own personal preference. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. If you liked this video, check out my others. I will have a link somewhere in this video for it, but if not, definitely press the subscribe button, hit the little bell to follow me more. See you guys next time.